Hi, Anisha. Welcome to the 26 Ideas Inspiration Series. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you for being part of this again.
Thank you, Vinay. Glad to be here. Looking forward to this conversation.
Lovely. For everyone here, we have Anisha Patnaik. Not only she's a startup specialist, an active angel investor, and the managing partner of LexStart Partners, which is a leading law firm in the startup ecosystem. So, whenever you have time, I would suggest definitely ping her and find some time to talk to her. All right, Anisha, ready? Should we start? This is broken into two parts. There's a few set of structured questions where we'll try and see, hear from you, from your experience, and then hopefully the second part we'll try and put you in a spot and see if we can get some candid answers or things people didn't know or are not aware of.
Very
Fair?
ambitious of you putting a lawyer on the spot.
I know. All right, let's start. Taking back a little in time, in 2015, you built legal tech before legal tech was even cool or spoken of. I think. What is the most this can't work in India objection that proved wrong?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. In 2015, there was, like you said, legal tech was not a buzzword. In fact,
Right.
legal tech and tech legal were being used interchangeably. So when people would ask me, what are you building? I'd be like, legal tech legal, like pick the word, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, what I heard most often is that founders in India will never trust digital legal tools because it was like law is such a human facing profession that
Correct.
founders will always want face to face meetings, files on desks, wet signatures on every page. And by the way, in 2015 when we would sign a SHA, there would be initials on every page, right?
Oh wow, manual,
So
like in
yeah,
person. Wow.
manual. Like people used to ship that document to all parties, and all parties would initial on every page, right?
Wow.
Yes. So obviously, then talking about digital legal tools now, right? But look at what has happened. Those same founders who doubted digital contracts were the ones scaling globally with digital first operations, right? Now you see investor diligence rooms, cap table platforms, e-signatures, right? They are by default. They are no longer considered disruptive.
Yeah.
And yeah, those who adopted early saved time, money, and survived fundraise timelines better than others.
Interesting. You've advised hundreds of startups. What's the single legal blind spot that kills the leverage for founders at seed stage?
I feel like I've been talking about it a lot, especially in the last few weeks. Wrote a few posts about it. Um,
Yeah.
a messy cap table. So few like when you're starting out, money on the table is gold, right? You don't
Correct.
care who's giving how much. It's like somebody's giving you in 1 lakh, you'll be like, okay, bring it on.
Let's take it.
Second,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you'll deal with the problems later, right? Today, I need money to survive, right? Second, bring on more and more people, more and more advisors, and just promise everyone equity, okay? And be very generous with equity because at that point of time, you don't know the value of it, right? So, a messy cap table can, be the downfall of your startup, right?
Yeah.
Because at institutional fundraise stage, investors insist on a clean cap table. Second, that 4%, 5% you promise to an advisor without even asking what the advisor is bringing to the table. Because when you're starting out, anybody who's giving you time, you're like, I need to pay them. So you pay them equity. So I've had more and more people come back to me once they have understood the value of their equity, right? Once valuation happens after multiple rounds, they're like, you know what, I promised him 5%, but we just had 3 calls. Now how do I take back that equity? So a messy cap table, not okay.
Interesting. Bootstrapped, built a full stack firm. What was the scrappiest, non obvious growth move that LexStart pulled off?
I can't give away the secret sauce.
10 years in, it's not a
Yeah.
secret sauce, right? Like,
See, for us, yes, like you rightly pointed out, we were bootstrapped. Okay.
yeah,
So we didn't have investor dollars to burn. Every client we earned, we literally fought for. Okay. So the scrappiest, most non-obvious move we pulled, we stopped selling or trying to sell legal. We
yeah,
started teaching fundraising.
interesting.
So instead of pitching our services, and that's a ethos the entire organization has even today. We don't go to people and say, give us work, right? We always ran free founder workshops, be it on cap tables, stock options, term sheets, due diligence, right? We ran a lot of workshops, which had the effect of A, you reached out to a larger audience. B, when people hear you talk about a certain subject matter, they also get a hang of who you are, how you think, ethos, etc. Right? So that helped us uh, gain a lot of traction. And till date, most of our when people ask, "What's your BD strategy?" We don't have a BD strategy. We don't even have a BD team.
That's
We
interesting.
believe in sharing knowledge. We talk about our experience. People who listen to us, if they like it, they come to us.
Interesting on founders and fundraise term sheets. What's that one clause you'd happily let go in a negotiation, and that one hill you'll always die for?
I think a board observer seat, right? Um, See, I mean, personally, at scale, it's too many voices in the room. But if
Yeah,
I have to give up on something, it's fine. Because, like I tell the founders, I mean, whether the investor has an observer right or not, if he says, hey, I want to attend your board meeting, you're not going to say, no, you don't have a board observer seat. So, no, I'm not
correct.
allowing you. So, it's actually, I mean, okay to give up. No point fighting over it. And especially with founders raising for the first or the second time, right? Like in institutional investment up to Series A, I tell them, like, there are some battles you will win later, right? So
Yeah.
pick and choose your battles. An observer seat is not a battle I want to fight at an early stage.
Go back to fundraising. One interesting question: ESOPs. A very critical one, and we've heard various stories.
Yeah.
Founders love announcing them, and there are some interesting stories in India, and I've been part of some globally. Hate designing them. What's the smartest ESOP tweak you've seen that has kept talent for 4 years?
So, the standard no brainer one is equal vesting over 4 years, right?
Correct.
And a 1 year cliff. We just inherited it from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
But actually speaking, a lot of founders prefer, uh, you know, the they have more stocks weighed in or vested in year 3 and 4, right?
Interesting.
So one is that because then they are like the retention improves according to them because year
Yeah.
1 and 2 employees are still kind of engaging with the company, understanding it. But by the time they hit year 3, hopefully the company is also done really well. So the employees can see that value, right? If it is
Yeah.
equal vesting throughout, most of the founders think that there is nothing to hold the employee back from leaving in
After
year
year
3.
one or year two, whatever it be. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is one very important, at least, strategy. The second is, see, for a lot of employees, ESOP seems to be something on paper, right? They're like, yeah, but when am I going to see liquidity? Correct?
Yeah.
So a lot of founders also what they do to the extent possible, because it also depends how much you're raising, how much cash you need, all of it. But try to create some liquidity around year 3. It doesn't have to be huge. Some
Correct.
liquidity for maybe 1 or 2 people. Because then at least it kind of brings in that whole positive atmosphere in the organization that, you know what, our ESOPs are not just paper documents.
I made
People
money
are,
or I got value for it.
yeah, yeah. So that's worked.
Super. We're going to move to the next section. That's where we'll see if we can break the guard. We'll attempt. Yeah, the only request is you don't have time to think. So maybe that's my backdoor entry to try and see if I can get an answer out of you on this. Fair?
Sure.
All right. Red flag in the cap table.
Too many people.
Convertible notes or price rounds for messy early stages.
Convertible note.
Yeah, most people land up putting that in as an easy one, but they don't land up realizing the repercussions that can come back. Like
True.
clause you would wish would disappear from the Indian term sheet forever.
Right of first refusal.
Interesting.
You like at really late stages or very acrimonious deals, you see them. But
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 21 years. I've seen ROFR like play out twice.
So nobody, it's just there. Doesn't need it. Oh wow. We should look at that, not have that anymore. Favorite straight talk legal one-liner you give nervous founders?
Not exactly one line, but it gets easier with every fundraising round. So fundraising doesn't get simpler. You do, because investors have now seen, your history and not just your promises.
Awesome. Thank you, Anisha. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking time to talk to us and sharing some insights and fun anecdotes.
No, this was actually fun, and I didn't have to caveat too much. So I'm glad the questions were good.
Thank you.